Hello and welcome to Bloodstain Pattern Analysis 101. This video aims to give you a nice, easy introduction to this particular branch of forensic science. For the sake of context, I'm going to give you some background knowledge. As you can see here, BPA is the acronym for Bloodstain Pattern Analysis, which is considered a field of specialization in forensic science. And it is routinely used by forensic experts at known or suspected crime scenes in order to draw conclusions about the nature of the crime. The recognition and analysis of the patterns found can actually yield extremely useful investigative information where violent crimes are concerned, so technically crimes where blood was involved. The first video is going to show you how bloodstain patterns are categorized. The second will actually dive into some of the methodologies employed by forensic experts when analyzing bloody or blood-stained crime scenes. So stick around. I can't guarantee you'll turn into Dexter from the TV show after watching this, but you'll acquire a decent amount of knowledge nonetheless. So let's begin. First up, you need to be aware that there are three main categories of bloodstain patterns. We have drip stains, which are more commonly known as passive stains, transfer stains, also called contact stains, and we have projected or impact stains, which are sometimes also called spatter stains. And it is also worthwhile noting that blood spatter is often used as an umbrella term for blood stain patterns. But remember that forensic scientists group blood spatter into a separate category. Passive stains occur when blood stains form as a result of gravity. They're passive because no extra forces are involved. These can be drops, drips, which are basically a series of drops falling on top of each other, pools of blood, and even clots. Then we have transfer stains. Transfer stains result from objects coming into contact with existing blood stains and leaving wipes, swipes, smears, smudges, or even pattern transfers behind. So basically, when a bloody object brushes against a non-bloody surface and the stains that are left behind, those are called transfer stains. These could be bloody shoe prints, a smear from a body being dragged across a floor, smudged handprints, etc., etc. There's even, actually the most common kind of swipes that you're going to find at a crime scene would be clothing and weapon swipes. Even very fine hair swipes are found, provided that it was long hair that created the pattern. It's very uncommon to find hair swipes from shorter hair. Finally, we have impact stains. So there's two kinds of impact stains actually. The first is impact spatter, which is formed when the force or a blow is applied to the blood. The source of blood is usually the injury, so that's where the blood is forced out from. And this results in its random dispersion into smaller drops. The second type is projection spatter, which can form when blood spurts, sprays, or is cast off from an object. Here's a flowchart to make it easier for you guys to understand. Finally, I'm going to tell you about something that actually isn't on the chart. It's called a void pattern. A void pattern is basically an absence of blood in an otherwise continuous blood stain pattern. So as you can see here, a void occurs when a person or object blocks the path of the blood, thus creating its outline. This is important because voids can actually show investigators if objects are missing from the scene, where a person was standing at the time of the incident, or if a body was even moved. So in the case of a high density spatter, these gaps in the pattern indicate that something in the way, for example, the shooter caught some of the victim's blowback. So there's a gap where blood is expected to be, but there actually isn't any blood there, and it forms a distinct border, like the border you can see here. This pretty much wraps up the first half of BPA 101, and I hope you found this video informative. The next video is going to be dedicated to actually employing some of this knowledge, so you'll gain a broader understanding of how to use what you've learned here. And I hope to see you guys there. Till then, bye-bye.